Heat 8 has just hit the lineup with one of the most consistent performers here at Snapper Rocks. Out there in the red jersey, Adriano de Souza has had some big finishes here in this contest. Hasn't taken a victory though. Maybe this will be the year. He's up against Adrian Buchan, the Australian, and Willian Cardoso, who makes his return to Championship Tour competition in 2018.
You're right. He definitely gets a lot of heat wins here from very early in his career.
And here he is, Willian Cardoso in the white, the powerful Brazilian. And you had spoken about earlier on today, Pete, just the charge from the Brazilians on the qualifying series towards the end of last year. They did so well in Hawaii. Willian, one of those guys who made the grade. Picked up a new sponsor in the off-season. That'll give him some added confidence and relieve some of the pressure of chasing down those big results and having to get prize money to assist your year.
Pierre Ignace, who was running at the helm of Quiksilver, which is the sponsor of this event, as well as Roxy. It's a huge loss to that company. I mean, he was a huge proponent of the World Surf League and competition and bringing events, as we watch some live action here.
Adrian Buchan up on the backhand. It's just deadly when he finds that rhythm. He can let go of a number of big critical turns in a short space of time. This wave's starting to stretch out. He's pacing himself at the moment, flowing through to the inside. Has that nice compact style. A well-controlled ride and a good start to heat number 8 for this veteran.
Didn't have a lot of action through the mid part of it, but again, linked it together to get to the inside, get that ski ride back out. A couple nice moves on the outside, so a good start for him.
Prime they are to tackle the new season. Who's impressed you so far today?
We'd have to say Griffin's one of the ones that, I was wondering how his performance was going to be. Get back to that.
So Adrian Buchan, he had a 5.5 on his first wave. He's going to get tangled up in the white water here and get knocked off his board. But he looks sharp. I thought Gabriel Medina, despite the fact he had an interference. That's one of the great things about this venue. If the waves get too big, Pete, we have the opportunity to move down the line to Kira and turn it into a real barrel riding contest. But also Debo, one of the most consistent beach breaks in the world if the waves are small.
Yeah, it'd be pretty rare that we don't get pretty quality surf, at least for a few rounds. So we watch this doldrum here from Adriano, but he worked it all the way for this final move here, but just a 4.0. So major maneuvers. You had touched on at the beginning of the last heat that the judges are really wanting to see the high quality major maneuver, and that comes down to the wave choice. He waited for quite a bit of time to find a little bit bigger set wave and got that first moves on the outside, and he finished it.
Oh, Willian Cardoso threw everything at that first turn, but looked like he lost his front foot.
Well, it looked like he took the eye off the ball. I mean, it looked like he was hadn't quite finished the maneuver yet when he was already looking down the line for the next one. A bunch of sixes, but there's your judging criteria. We need to see a little bit more innovation, progression, the combination of major moves, the speed, the power, the flow.
It's funny, isn't it? Because, too, we're coming off the back of, obviously, our off-season, which gets a little bit longer each year. And
let's take a look at this one here. And I like this wave for the fact that he was able to combo it up, which means that he was able to do some major maneuvers, and he got stronger through this wave. The next 3 solid turns, he tried to mix it up by using the layback as well as the big round arc and snaps to mix this up. That outside section really was the only opportunity for him. Stayed with it, again, trying to get down to the ski and get his ride back out. But 3 pretty major turns there, so that's going to be his best wave.
That combination of major maneuvers, but also variety will play into his favour. Nice carving arc there and just getting that little release out of the tail through that turn.
And a lot of the base of why that maneuver was so nice was the speed that he carried into it. He came out of his turn, the first turn, with that speed, made sure that he held that speed, went into the second maneuver, and then even held that speed for the third maneuver. The ability to paddle and get to the position to catch the wave is tough, and a lot of times they'll move inside, and those high quality waves look like a 2-footer, but then all of a sudden they grow to a nice, beautiful 6-footer on the inside.
Oh, Adrian Buchan there, just a quick ride. You could see him just stomping on the tail. He wanted to get out of there and maintain his position in the lineup. Approaching midday here on the Gold Coast, a big crowd lined up here on Sunday to watch this all unfold. Adriano de Souza, former finalist in this contest, up at the moment. A solid combo to start this ride off. He needs a 4.08 out of this ride to get himself into the lead. Linking nicely through to the inside. Has he done enough already to get himself out in front? Here's the replay of Buchan's last ride.
And according to the judge's sheet here, he needs a 3.17. I'm very confident that he's gotten that here. So it looks like Ace is going to turn this one.
Solid performance from the Australian. Great composure under pressure in the final stages there. And we're waiting on the numbers to come through. But Pete Mel, pretty confident that he's going to get the number he needs to make the jump into the third round.
You've watched enough heats to know. That's the opportunity of having that priority. You can shift your way down there.
Here's Willian once again. Finding a nice flow through some first turns. So it's not always that big set wave that provides that scoring opportunity. So a smaller wave, but the Brazilian doing pretty well here. Trying to pump his way through to the inside. Just getting down toward that ski with 7 minutes to go. We're going to take a quick break. We've got a big heat coming your way and a special guest joining Joe Tapel and Martin Potter. Stick around to find out who it is.